The difference between great leaders and everybody else is how good they are at helping people understand what progress actually looks like.
What standard operating procedures and crew metrics would you suggest that a company implement in order to ensure that they're becoming proactive versus reactive? This question came from our community. It's a residential and commercial maintenance company, and they're about $3 million in revenue.
First and foremost is knowing what winning looks like. That at the end of the day is, what is our goal? What are we trying to achieve at the project or maintenance company each and every single day? It all starts with a morning huddle. Set the tone that morning, set a good example. What is our 3 key initiatives that day? Set the tone going at the end of the day, so when we come back the next morning, we really just get going and not kind of wondering where we need to do that day.
What you really have to focus on is the simple fact that your job is to make sure that everybody in the company knows exactly where you're headed, and that's the mission and vision. Beyond that, it's just telling people exactly where you want to be, and that is telling people what good looks like. Your job is to make it possible for other people to see whether or not they're making progress. Great leaders make sure that everybody in the company understands what progress looks like. Then they make sure that they know if they're making progress, and then they talk about how to make more progress. So it starts with metrics, and we need to understand what those metrics are. In the case of a field crew, some of the key metrics are revenue per hour. It's good to tell the crew how much revenue per hour you're expecting out of that type of work, and then constantly update them with how that's trending. Number 2 is estimated versus actual hours. They need to understand exactly how many hours were estimated every time they either go to visit a property or take on a project, so that they can self-regulate and understand if they're making progress fast enough. So those are the 2 most important. Then the third one that I think is really valid is gross profit. Now, your crew can't control your net profit. Only the leadership team can do that, because you're investing in capital expenditures, you're buying equipment, you're doing all these things. But they should be aware of the gross profit margin that you're bidding with. So these metrics turn into the scorecard metrics. And then what we can do with scorecards is we can tie incentives back to the scorecards. So with their LMN crew app, every day they can see estimated versus actual hours. And then once a month, we're gonna give them a scorecard report to say, here's your gross profit, here's your average revenue per hour for the month, and here was your hours bid versus actual. Everybody cares when you tell them what winning looks like, if they're making progress, and then more importantly, the final stage is meetings. We should always talk about both. So we're talking about targets, we're talking about results, and we're talking about improvements. And the best culture builder that you're ever gonna find will be the meetings. Progress means one day at a time, we're getting better. So we have to surface where we're falling behind, and then we figure out why. The crew makes more money, the company makes more money, and the customers get better quality. Now, again, winning in the field is everything. Most companies don't talk about it enough, and they don't have a framework to make it happen. But I like to look at this little triangle in my own mind constantly. I need to talk about the metrics, I need a scorecard, and I need to have meetings to talk about how to get better.